Okay, hi. So where we left off in the previous video was that we actually, let's see, we learned the the components of the Ichimoku indicator. I would suggest you actually just take a printout of this and keep it with you for some time initially, just for you to get familiar with all these things. In this video, what I'll do is I'll actually go into the charts and try and show you what each of these are, and obviously these details also I'll plot it into the charts. Okay, so let's go to the charts. This is your Nifty chart, and you know that Nifty actually kind of went down quite a lot, and it had given very clear indicators that it will go down. So um, maybe a coincidence, but it was a good thing. Okay, so let's go directly into the charts and then go one by one. If you look at everything together, I understand that it looks a little cluttered, but it is not. I mean, when I look at it, I find very clear signs of a lot of things, and it's very easy for me to kind of see a lot of stuff. So let's go one by one. So let's start off with the very first one, which is your conversion line. Okay, so what is a conversion line? I think we had discussed that the conversion line is nothing but your nine period highest high plus lowest low divided by 2. Okay, so this is your conversion line. What does that really mean? It means that if you look at 9 periods, let me take a date range. This is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So these are your 9 periods. What you need to do from these 9 periods is very simple. You need to look at what is the highest high. Here the high is 10,274.20, 275. I think 10,275 is the highest of these lines. So let me plot a highest high over here. Okay, 10,275. That's the highest high. And what is the lowest low? Lowest lows over here, which is 10,180.80, 10,180.80. So let's put it down over here, 10,180. Okay, so 10,580 and 80. So these are your two lines that you've actually calculated. And what does that actually mean then in that case? So you have these two lines, and this is nothing but the midpoint of the same thing. Okay, so if I have a calculator, the old calculator, how much was this? 275 plus 10,180.80 equals, divided by 2 equals 227.9, which I think should be what? Yeah, that's the one. So if you look at the blue area over here, see, 10,227.90. So that's how the conversion line is plotted for this particular candle. You obviously move one level back and try and understand what is the highest high and lowest low. I think for the next candle also it's the same thing. See, 10,227.90, but it will change for the next candle because the low would be this, and next low would be this, the next low would be this. So obviously it would change, but so that's how the conversion line is calculated, and you have to use the exact same logic to calculate the moving averages for 26 periods and 52 periods as well. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm gonna plot a 9 period simple moving average along with this, and you'll see that it is almost the same. Okay, but you would see subtle differences in the sense it's not as smooth as your simple moving average, but rather it has certain base. We call it base, or the flat line basically. Okay, and these flat lines are important, especially when the periods increase. A 26 period or a 52 period flat lines are more relevant, more important. It shows important levels which a simple moving average cannot give you. Okay, for example, let's actually change this to 52. because your span B. Okay, so this is your simple moving average 52, and now I will take off conversion line and I will add span B or lead this thing. Now this is where you will actually see a major difference. Okay, both the blue line as well as the red line are 52 period moving averages, but since this is a lot more smooth, it actually gives you a level like this, which again acts as certain levels of, see, if you look at it, it acts as levels of support and resistance. In this case, it's acting as resistance, which is quite good. But if you look at these actually give you perfect, I mean, ahead of time it will actually give you proper levels. So over here you will get to know that this is a level only when this candle reaches, but in an Ichimoku moving average you actually get these levels way ahead of time, because Ichimoku moving averages are actually captured 26 periods ahead of time, and therefore these levels would be available with you much ahead of time, which makes it very powerful, because then predicting a trend reversal or a trend continuation becomes so much easier. These are also, see, these are also levels that were given by the 52 period span B, and it was given probably when the price was here. But when the price was here, itself, it actually gave you a good level over here. So that's why I said that the median method of understanding moving average is really helpful. Okay, so you have the baseline, which is your 26 periods, you have your 52 period span B baseline, and you have your 9 period conversion line. So these are three moving averages with the exact same formula. The blue one is 9 period, the brown one is your 26 period, and this is the slowest, which is your 56 period. So now that these three are clear, let's go to the other ones. Okay, now lead 1, you have to compare lead 1 with lead 2, and I'll probably put conversion baseline also for this. Lead 1 is what we call the edge of the cloud. Okay, and let me put the cloud in as well, and the cloud is nothing but the area between your span A or lead 1 and your span B or lead 2. So these are just your outer edges of your cloud. The most important aspect of the cloud is span B, and these are just gonna help you understand the help you gauge the momentum and the strength of the trend as well as the support or resistance levels. So if the gap between span A and span B are high, it means that those are stronger levels, and if the gap is actually smaller like these, then those are weaker levels. Okay, and possibility of break. So in this case, this was a strong level over here, but by the time the price reached here, it was much weaker, and obviously the trend was reversing. So span A is more of an indication to you to gauge the momentum, and it doesn't really act as a level of support or resistance. Okay. Okay, so that was span A. Now we'll take all these off, and the other important thing was your lagging line. Now lagging line is very easy to understand, because if you convert your price into a line, you will see that the lagging line is nothing but a shadow of your current market price. So whenever the price moves up, it moves up. If you look at it, the design in which it is going is exactly the same. It is just that there is a gap of 26 periods between this and this. See, 26 bars at any given point. Wherever you go, it is 26 bars. You see this dotted line in the middle of this blue triangle rectangle. It basically tells you exactly where the price line is and where the lagging line is, and it's exactly the same. It is the same everywhere. I mean, you can go anywhere, it is exactly the same. See, so so it's very easy to plot, easy to understand. Now how do you interpret this? It's a very simple interpretation. When the lagging line is below the candle or below the price, it is bearish, and when the lagging line is above the candle or above the price line, it is bullish. Now why is that? I mean, it's very simple. You are comparing the current price with what it was 26 periods ago. Okay, so instead of comparing from here and calculating 26 periods over here, you can very easily compare this lagging line with what it was 26 periods ago. So this is a comparison between what the current price is versus what it was 26 periods ago. So if you're saying that the current price was less than what it was 26 periods ago, it basically means that for the last 26 periods it was bearish in nature. So the trend is bearish, and that is the reason why we say that if the lagging line is below price, then it is bearish, and if the lagging line is above price, it's bullish. It's a very simple logic if you understand it. Fair. So now we have the conversion line, 9 period IMA, baseline 26 period IMA. You have your span B, which is your 52 period moving average, and you have your span A, which is nothing but your average of conversion and baseline. Then you have your lagging line. These are your 5 indicators. Now the cloud over here is only to help you understand which one your span A and span B are. And because we have 5 moving averages, sometimes it's very easy to confuse one from the other. So if you plot a little bit of a shadow for these areas between span A and span B, it basically helps you take those away from the remaining 3 moving averages, and it also helps you understand whether it is a bullish or a bearish scenario. So in this case, the red cloud basically means that the market is bearish. The green cloud basically means that the market is bullish. Okay, fairly simple, fairly simple. Now, obviously, I mean, I've understood this over a period of 1 or 2 weeks, so you may have to kind of relook into this video or relook into the PPT or read a few books to kind of get familiarized with this. But again, like I always kept saying, these are just moving averages, and how difficult can moving averages be to understand. Okay, so just think on that. I will close this video here, and we will discuss interpretations of Ichimoku and various components in the coming video. Okay.